adui mkubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa, kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja. Ewe ndugu yangu amka kumekucha, kamata jembe na panga, twende shamba. Hata wewe mwana.
Very early in the morning, at the farm, I meet melodious and melancholic tunes from various nests as bird fills air with sweet songs from one tree to another. And at this farm, the weaving of vegetable leaves form a flat surface area and with two different layers of sukuma wiki. At this farm, two ladies and one gentleman are seems to be so busy and more concerned with their job. Arrive at the large-scale farm that seems to be very busy at all. This is Musungu's farm.
Farming is the backbone of Kenyan countries, or the key factors that may make the economy of this country.
In Busia County, Nambale constituency, Buhayo sublocation, Esidende village, I meet one of a well-known farmer. Mr. Musungu is a great farmer in this village, as he obtained the name from the villager who refers to him as Mkulima. He has a small farm where he does his farming. At his farm, Mr. Musungu has planted some of vegetable known as sukuma wiki.
For instance, we are looking at this specifically sukuma wiki. How does that sukuma wiki has made a benefit, and what are the consequences that you have faced in doing this farming?
In sukuma wiki, this is my source of income. I do supply at school within the localities and for my own consumption. The challenges, especially during the dry season, when there is drought, I do have the problem of water, especially for irrigation. With irrigation, it needs a bit of machine such as pump, which I don't have as per now. The technology, how to select the best variety. We have natural calamities such as hailstone, and I think those are the.
So what triggers you, or what made you to start practicing this sukuma wiki farming?
After searching for job for a long time, I decided this perhaps is my line of living. I started at 50 grams seeds, or 50 grams. That is a small kamukebe. But as per now, I have advanced. I do plant this hybrid, the so-called Mfalme F1. I do plant it, although it is bei yake kujuza hivi. It's a bit expensive. Now you need to organize yourself, have enough money to do this.
At Musungu's farm, he has employed people who cultivate vegetables, and some pick and pack the vegetable before it gets into the marketing point. During the packing, vegetables are arranged into required ways in sack. It is taken to the packing place where weighing is done. The required weight is taken before they take it to the nearest secondary school at Nambale Boys High School. He observed weighing scale keenly. What minimum kg or weight do you require to have while heading at your supplier's point?
Today being a Monday, they need 140 kgs.
It's okay. So back to our viewers, we will be giving you more activities concerning Mr. Msungu's issues or farming activities on various occasions. So take a look as we are going to see how Mr. Msungu leaves his home while heading back or heading to Anambale Boys High School. Still your host, Kaka Juma.
Kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja. Ewe ndugu yangu we, amka kumekucha. Kamata jembe na panga, twende shamba.
Mr. Msungu now makes his pavement as he uses his motorbike as the means of transport to the required place.
Hata wewe karani, amka kumekucha. Kwani hizi ndizo saa za kwenda kazi.
Fish farming is another area Mr. Msungu has ventured in with a lot of effort since it is a source of his earning and livelihood.
What made you to start practicing fish farming?
After discovering about the demand of the fish, one day I went for a field day. Then people encouraged me about the importance of fish. It is economically. Fish doesn't have the disease, the problem, the pest. It's a bit simple. It's just a matter of feeding and security. Now I decided I have done this. I started with the 800 fingerlings. When I harvested, I got a good money. So I decided to expand, and here samaki zika hapa samaki 1,000 because I will harvest it on February.
So at this rural place, let's say this is a very low esteemed village that is being not consuming a lot of fish. How do you benefit from these fish? Since it is not a commercial place.
Because of the when I harvest, during the harvesting, I do transport it to urban area, such as Nampali, and within the locality. That is to sell it.
Do you think it can bring the money that you got, or there is no profit, or there is a loss?
In fishing, there is profit, because the demand of the fish is so high. In fact, I'm thinking about expanding another fish pond, because the demand is high.
So apart from the profit, what are the disadvantages or demerits of fish farming?
Fish farming, especially where am I here, during the drought, in most cases the fish pond can dry up. But now you need to time yourself. By the time the water will be drained out, it must be, the fish must be mature enough to harvest it.
It's okay. So to a person who doesn't know anything concerning fish, what advice can you give him to, or give her to a person who wants to start fish farming?
Before you start fish farming, when you want to start a fish farming, first look for an idea, get the knowledge before you start it. Because if you start it without the knowledge, it will let you down.
So as to our viewers, as fish farming is a very key factor to this our farmer Mr. Msungu, it is also verified with various demerits and some difficulties to his or her life. To any person who wants to start fish farming, it is very trigger and very careful to a person who is doing that, to ensure that he's so much economically planned and has the budget that is enough. As I told you, we will be moving to various occasions or to show various events that on farming activities that Mr. Msungu has been done.
He also practiced planting of groundnuts, beans, napier grass, cashew nuts and bananas. He also rears cattle, poultry, pigs, rabbits, and through his zero grazing, he has managed to come up with cross breeding.
Twende kazi, jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Uvivu ndio adui wa ujenzi wa taifa. Jiepushe na uvivu, wewe tujenge taifa. Ndugu yangu umekuja, amka twende shamba. Jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa. Mwanangu umekuja, amka wende shule. Elimu ndio msingi wa maendeleo. Karate umekuja, amka wende kazi. Jiepushe na uvivu, tujenge taifa.
Okay, to our esteemed viewer, we are still at Mr. Msungu's his home ground, where we have to consider various things that he has done. So first, Mr. Msungu is going to discuss with us the various issues concerning farming, especially on beans. So what are the benefits, or what triggers, or what made Mr. Msungu to start farming or planting what we call beans? Then also he will be telling us information on groundnuts and many other things that he is doing. So join me, I'm still your host Kaka Juma, on farming activities at Western Region, Busia County, Nambale constituency, Buhayo Central and Esidende village.
First of all, I will start with beans. Beans are very marketable, especially at local hotels, schools, and within the locality. Cashew nut to the market, they sell very expensively. That's why I targeted the cashew nut to earn a living. Groundnuts are very good for breakfast, especially because I do farm dairy. Now milk is not a problem. Groundnuts with the milky tea, it is very delicious and productive to me.
Okay, considering the issues on the place where we are, this is the headquarters of where people mostly people like most of their time spending their time or leisure time using what we call tea. As you understand very well, Aluya land is a place where people like tea. So as he has said, groundnuts is mostly considered, and it is very, very expensive considered to cashew nuts and beans. So still ongoing, we are now tackling the issue on livestock. So Mr. Msungu is owning almost 5 to 6 cows where he gets his living through selling of milk. So Mr. Msungu will be explaining for us the benefits, what made him to start farming or practice livestock farming, especially dairy cows, and he will be telling us the benefits he has got from that, then the difficulties or demerits or problems. To you, Mr. Msungu, so explain to us what triggers you or what made you to start farming from this particular dairy cows.
In Leland, we prefer mostly breakfast with the tea. Because the demand of the milk is high, I decided to do the dairy farming. I started dairy farming by purchasing one local cow, which thereafter I crossbreeded with the AI artificial to get what I have. I have 6 grade cows, just grade cows, which comes from the first one when from the local. After crossbreeding it with AI, at last I do have 6 dairy cows. In dairy farming, we have a lot of challenges. In dairy farming, they eat a lot, especially the cows I have a Frisian cows. They feed, they are heavy feeders, and Napier plus it is feeds there is a bit expensive, and they consume much. In the problem in dairy farming, we have a disease, a threatening disease called East Coast fever. This is the disease that is brought by pigs. To that problem, I do handle it by spraying my cows every week. Every Saturday, I do spray the cows to control the East Coast fever. I do manage that because the cows are producing, and I do sell the milk to keep me a living and maintain my cows.
So concerning as we understand, this weather is almost hot and wet. But you remember Frisians normally survive at a place where it is cool and wet. How do you normally make, or how do you manage to come up with this kind of dairy farming, since this area is not, or the weather is not favored for that cow?
At first, I explained that my cows, I crossbreeded with AI from the local. That those phrases, they had adapted the climate, this hot climate, because it originated from where I am.
Okay, so to our farmers who are still viewing us, so it is just a matter of crossbreeding the AI and the local cow that made this Mr. Musungu to benefit, all having the 6 dairy cows, and they are still surviving till now. So, in consideration to that, Mr. Musungu will be explaining to us how do he, or how do that normally makes him to benefit. How do a rabbit and poultry makes the benefits, and what are the problems? What made him to do or start practicing the poultry and rabbit farming? To you, Mr. Musungu, explain to us, starting with poultry and then finally rabbit.
In poultry, I started with the 10 chicken, 10 hens with one jogo. The benefit of in poultry farming, I do it. They are on free range, whereby there is a time for feeding and a time for working within the compound. The benefit of the poultry is that, first of all, it is manure, very nutritious to the shamba. In fact, the poultry waste, it is the one that I do plant it with the sukuma wiki. It will do better because of that. Secondly, the poultry in Western poultry, everybody believes that a home of Muluya must have poultry. That is why the market, if I want to sell it, the market is readily available.
So considering the rabbit farming, so what can you say concerning the rabbit?
Rabbit, I have come to my knowledge that they are very nutritious to eat. First, because I do have young boys to do the rabbit farming, whereby they will collect, it is feed and what. My target to the rabbit is just, it is waste. Urine of a rabbit is very high, it's very good
foliar feed to vegetable. The waste also I do farming with it, especially by the time of planting.
Okay, thank you for that. We still, or we gonna just move on, showing the various events. So at this particular time, I hope you watched what the issues considering the various activities done by Mr. Msungu. So next we will be watching out what are the benefits, or what general benefits has brought to this farmer who is a small scale farmer but a hard working. So take a look. As I'll be coming back, I'll be showing you more benefits or merits that the Mr. Msungu has made up to now.
Through being a hard working obviously pays, and there is no one who carries his jembe every day has ever gone empty-handed. These are sayings from the village. Mr. Msungu has managed to buy from his earning a motorbike and a farm which is 2 hectares from his place, worthy 600,000. At the village market, Bukadanyi, Mr. Msungu sits under a tree on his motorbike, waiting for the customers to take them in a perspective village, including Malanga, Namisi, Sibembe, Maolo, Sidende, Munami, Ekisumo, and many other places he could reach to his clients. But the question is, how do Mr. Msungu manage to run farming activities and the borders as well?
We are at the market, so apart from professional, a person normally has another duties that he normally performs apart from the normal routine. Let's say a teacher may sometimes decide to have another business, but his professional makes him to be a teacher. So apart from that, Mr. Msungu is also a border as we see. He is waiting for the customers to ensure that he is somewhere where he is supposed to be. So apart from farming, Mr. Msungu is somewhere a border at Bukadanyi at Busia County, Nambale constituency, where he ensures that after his normal routine, he earns a living. So Mr. Msungu explains to us what triggers him or what makes him to be the way he is. Apart from farming activities as we observe, he is able to do border. So Mr. Msungu, what triggers you or what made you to decide apart from farming you are able to do what you call the borders at the road?
It is routine that our culture, we farm, we go in the farm from 6 to 10. After 10, then we look for another activity. The activity that I do is border. In border, we have a lot of challenges. When you are in border, you don't know the customer will come at what time, will go where, carrying what. You are supposed to do that job.
So apart from that, so you are a borders and you are farm at the same routine. So how do you normally balance between the borders and at what time you finish your work as a farmer and come as a border?
But then you have 24 hours. 24 hours working hours. Now I divide myself 6 hours in the shamba, 4 hours in border. The wife or my wife deal with the family. Because I'm the provider, I need to look for money, do the job, sustain them.
So as the day ends, what amount of money do you expect to have when you end up your day as a border? So how much do you require to earn? Or do you normally pay as a normal border, you normally have what you call paying the boss? Do you normally pay the boss or the boss?
Because I'm the boss, when the day is productive, right, we get around 800 per day plus the farming.
Okay, to our esteemed viewers who are still watching us, as I told you earlier, a professional or a person who has a professional normally has a different work to do. As we also observed today, we have been tackling issues on farming activities at Mr. Msungu's home ground as we observed since the morning till now. You can watch these clips or video at YouTube on SQTV by Kaka Juma, or watch Farmer TV. They may be or they will be showing live since this scene started since morning up to now. Keep on watching. I was your host Kaka Juma. Keep on enjoying.